Hi, I'm Dr. Wayne Weber. I'm Dean of the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, and we're privileged today to be at a point where we can talk about undergraduate research, which is a high priority in our college because we know that undergraduate research is a high impact practice and is really important in student retention and success. And so here with me to talk about it are two of our outstanding faculty in the biology department who are known for engaging students in undergraduate research. And we're going to talk a little bit about an opportunity that we just had, right, at the Rotunda. And the research in the Rotunda is a venue by which faculty, staff, and students can network with other scientists as they're presenting their results. The other important aspect of that is that it's an opportunity to network with legislators so that the legislators see the important work that we're doing and, reflectively, how important higher education is. And so, again, here with Dr. Becky Doyle-Morin and Dr. Mark Levenstein, outstanding faculty in the College of BILSA. Becky, tell us a little bit about some of the research you're doing and what your students presented at the Rotunda.
I've got a wide variety of research projects going on here at the university. The research that we did that was presented at the Rotunda was on native pollinator populations and looking to see what kind of impact agricultural practices, land use practices in the area have on our native pollinators in our area, and also looking to see what impact honeybee populations being brought into our native landscape are having in terms of competing with the native pollinators in this region. So,
And how many students do you work with typically during the semester in undergraduate research?
Anywhere between probably 10 to 15 or so outside of the classroom. Certainly in the classroom, I'm doing a lot of research projects as well.
I know I used to work with 8 students, and I thought that was a lot. So. Mark, tell us a little bit about some of the research you're involved with and what your students were presenting at the Rotunda.
Sure. Well, like Becky, I have a pretty wide variety of research projects that are going on. At the research in the Rotunda, we were looking at a grant we have from NASA that we are working on in collaboration with Dr. James Hamilton in the chemistry department. Dr. Hamilton has developed an adhesive polymer that has particularly interesting abilities to remove materials from surfaces. And we discussed with NASA its ability to move biological materials as well. And so we spent a couple of semesters exploring its ability to remove DNA from surfaces like glass and brass and aluminum, and reported on our findings at the research in the Rotunda.
Notice how this whole conversation got better when Mark mentioned DNA. Becky, you're known to be passionate about undergraduate research. Can you tell us a little bit about why that is and what you see in students when they engage in these types of projects?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity to take what they're learning in the classroom and really get to put it into practice. And so for me, seeing the students engage in undergrad research is the chance to see whether or not they've really grasped what they got in the classroom, and to see them really start to understand why we did what we did in the classroom. And so it's an opportunity to give them the chance to really experience the things they're learning in lecture, the things they're learning in their labs. Then they get to see why we're really doing it and put it into real life practice. And so for them, I think it's a great opportunity to fully experience the end product of what we're trying to get at in the classroom experience.
Mark, what about you?
What I really enjoy is watching students kind of catch the fire. Mm-hmm. And they get a chance to work in the laboratory with our kind of research, very molecular biology heavy, a lot of small test tubes, a lot of variables that they test, and they do it for a while, and then it clicks what the joy of discovery is. And I love seeing that happen in my students. I've loved that throughout my career, seeing that happen. And when students kind of make that connection and they get that fire, all of a sudden they get a real focus and a drive towards how the future looks for them. I really like helping students get started in the world of research.
So when we think about undergraduate research and UW-Platteville, it's not only within the College of Business, but we have a vibrant research community, throughout the institution. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, we have a collaboration with Dr. James Hamilton in the chemistry department. We have a whole separate area of research that goes on with the engineering school. We have our own research, and when our students come and we introduce them to the biological side of research, they come to understand how multidisciplinary the research world is these days. They get to interact with faculty in different schools, students in different schools. It really helps prepare them for what's coming next.
And so Becky, if you were to say just one thing about undergraduate research and the importance, and maybe for students that might be interested in it, put you on the spot, what would it be?
One thing. Well, I think it's super important to understand what you're getting into later on in life, right? This is your opportunity to get that real world hands-on experience that lets you do what you would do later on in your future career. And so I think that's one of the really important parts of undergraduate research.
So, undergraduate research at UW-Platteville, it's a high impact practice where students are actually adding to the current knowledge base. High impact, that's why it's a priority in the College of Bilson.